Coming up, we're highlighting fabulous women in sports on She's Got Game.
And we're hitting the yard to hear from you on Capitol Hill.
All this and much more. You're watching Topicality. Elections are coming up. Are you ready?
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 Elections happen all year long, not just once a year. From local and state races to school board elections, your vote matters in every election. If you're at least 17 years and 10 months old, be sure to register to vote at least 30 days before your next election. Check your voter registration status at votetexas.gov. Not sure when the next election is? Stay informed by signing up for election reminders at vote.org. It's never too late to make a difference, so make this your year to get ready. Because here at Prairie View A&M University, we're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
Yourself in a political discussion where a single confusing term completely derails the conversation? Or have you felt completely left out because the conversation was going over your head? Well, we're here to empower you with vocabulary you need to be involved in your democracy. I'm your host, Kazadi Evans, and this is Well Defined. Let's start with representation. Representation means having someone to speak or advocate on your behalf. In sports, that might look like the Women's National Basketball Players Association, the union that represents WNBA players. They negotiate for better salaries, improved travel conditions, and maternity benefits. This type of representation ensures that female athletes have a seat at the table and a voice in the decisions that affect them. Now, representation often leads us to collective bargaining. That's when athletes or workers come together to negotiate as a group. For example, in 2020, the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team filed a gender discrimination lawsuit and pushed for equal pay through collective bargaining. Their unity helped lead to a historical equal pay agreement with U.S. Soccer in 2022. Collective bargaining gave them the power to demand what they deserve, not just as individuals, but as a team. Shifting to the educational world, let's talk about Title IX compliance. Title IX is a federal law that ensures equal access to support and education. To access sports and educations, regardless of gender. A strong example of Title IX in action is when schools add more women's sports teams to stay in compliance. Think of colleges adding women's lacrosse, wrestling, or rugby to give female athletes the same opportunities as their male counterparts. Schools that fail to provide equal access can face lawsuits or lose federal funding. On one of the ways schools measure that fairness is through the proportionality test. This test compares the percentage of female athletes to the percentage of the students overall. For instance, if 60% of the school student body is female, but only 30% of the athletes are women, that's a red flag. Schools are then required to take steps like expanding women's sports program or increasing recruiting efforts to close the gap. The goal to ensure women have equal chances to participate in athletics. From contract negotiations in pro leagues to the locker rooms of college campuses. These policies and protections are helped push women's sports forward, creating more opportunities, more equity, and a stronger future. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you feel more equipped to engage in the conversations that shape our futures. I'm Kazadi Evans, and you've been watching Well Defined.
Hey Panthers, it's time to share your voice, hear fresh perspectives, and be a part of the conversation. I'm your host, Hailey Sampson, and welcome to Capitol Hill. Welcome back to Capitol Hill. Today I have
Alexis Brownlow,
Lauren, Hannah,
Naomi, Tamara,
Leah Jones, Jalen,
Lauren, Summer Price.
Your first question is, if you had to recruit a celebrity sports team, who would you pick?
I would choose Steph Curry, LeBron James, Shai Alexander, and Shaq and Akeem Olajuwon in their prime.
I would pick all of BTS. Okay. I would choose Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, Flauta, Ella Mai, and Angels. I would pick Josh Christopher, Duke Dennis, and Chris Brown. I would pick Lauryn Hill, Lil Wayne, and Big X Plug.
Shine, Obama, and Saquon.
I'm going off for show Beyonce first, of course. I'm gonna do Angel Reese, LeBron James. We're gonna go with Curry as well. I don't know what last one, but probably me. I'll pick me because I'm a superstar for it.
If you could trade places with any professional athlete for a day, who would it be and why?
It would be Angel Reese, but simply because she's that girl. I like her. Okay.
Probably Jordan Child. She is very amazing, and I just want to be her.
Houston girl.
Yeah.
It would be Simone Biles. She just seems like she's really loving life right now with her husband. So.
I would be LeBron James because at 40 he's still one of the greatest, and he's still better than more than half of NBA right now, and he's really athletic, and I like how everybody's making songs about him, and I would just switch with him with it.
Yeah. I would pick Simone Biles because she is that girl, and she's T. Angel is. And she's just that girl.
Yeah,
just like her.
I actually say LeBron James. I want to see how you playing in the league and it's been 20-some years and you still playing with your son, actually getting to just experience all of that at once. That I know that's really a lot to take in. So I would definitely want to feel that actually.
Your third question is, what's one superstition or ritual you have before you do something important?
Pray.
Real.
How do you say pray? I like to pray before I do anything. And that's it.
I'm going to say always pray and go to sleep so your mind can just rest.
I'd say pray because I put God before anything in the middle of everything I do. And when I pray, I get closer to him and it just helps whatever I have to deal with.
Well, I always make sure before I dance, I go over my dance because Stage fright is a thing, y'all. It gets serious. But I also pray because I know God got me.
I listen to music because it's just like really calming, and you have different genres. So, you know, if you getting ready to do something like for a party, listen to hype music. When I go to church, listen to gospel, all that.
Thank you for joining us today on Capitol Hill. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to learn something new. I'm your host, Hailey Sampson. We'll see you next time.
Hey Panthers, I'm Bailey, and welcome to My Picks of the Week, where each week I'll bring you a new book, podcast, or documentary to keep you entertained and informed. This week I'm recommending No Slam Dunk, Gender, Sport, and the Unevenness of Social Chains by Cheryl Cookie, Michael Messner, and Michaela Musto. In just a few decades, the world of sports has seen a major gender shift, but as this book makes clear, we're still far from full equality. No Slam Dunk explores the ongoing challenges women and girls face in sports, from barriers to participation and pay disparities to the lack of fair media coverage. Cookie and Messner argue that while progress has been made, it's not a straight line toward justice. Instead of assuming we're near the end of the road to equality, they challenge us to recognize the complexity and the unfinished nature of this movement. It's a powerful read that blends real-world data with thoughtful analysis to help us understand why gender equity in sports is, well, no slam dunk. My second recommendation is Game On, The Unstoppable Rise of Women's Sports, a documentary by Ben and Jack Studios. This one-hour film celebrates the rise of women's sports and the trailblazers who've pushed it forward. Told through interviews with iconic athletes and voices like Denise Lewis, Claire Balding, Kelly Smith, and Poppy Cleal, the documentary looks at where women's sports have been and where they're headed. From the Lionesses' historic Euro win to the headlining boxing bout between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano at Madison Square Garden, Game On captures the momentum, the challenges, and the cultural impacts of women in sports. It's inspiring, timely, and essential viewing for anyone who wants to understand the power of representation and resilience in athletics. Well, those are my picks of the week. So whether you're looking to engage with thought-provoking content or explore new interests, I hope you found something that resonates with you. I'm Bailey Boyce. Thanks for watching.
Today, we're shining a spotlight on three phenomenal women dominating the world of sports and repping for the culture. From the track to the court, these ladies are breaking records and barriers. I'm your host, Gabby Handcock.
And I'm Bria Berry, and this is She's Got Game.
So let's start with the fastest woman in the world, Sha'Carri Richardson. Born and raised in Dallas, Texas, Sha'Carri burst onto the scene at LSU with blazing speed and a bold personality. In 2023, she won gold in the 100-meter at the World Championships in Budapest, making a huge comeback after public setbacks. Fun fact, her orange hair during her breakout race was inspired by her girlfriend. She says, "I wanted to feel like a vibe," and I was.
Now, let's take it to the court with the Bayou Barbie, Angel Reese. Originally from Maryland, she transferred to LSU, where her game and fame exploded. Led LSU to the first NCAA Women's Basketball Championship in 2023 and was named Most Outstanding Player. Fun fact, she trademarked Bayou Barbie and is a fashion icon and is on and off the court, even walking New York Fashion Week.
And of course, we've got to give flowers to the GOAT, Serena Williams. From Compton to center court, Serena's been smashing stereotypes since she was a teen. 23 Grand Slam single titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, and she transformed how the world would view women's tennis. Another fun fact, Serena became a venture capitalist and mom while still playing at an elite level. Boss moves only.
Let's move on to an iconic moment in history, the 1999 Women's World Cup Final. On July 10, 1999, Brandon Chaston scored the game-winning penalty kick for the U.S. women's soccer team. The moment she dropped her knees in celebration, jersey in hand, became a defining image for women's sports empowerment. That win wasn't just a victory on the field. It changed how Americans viewed women's athletes and helped launch a new generation of soccer fans.
Now, I have the pleasure of introducing this amazing woman here at PVAMU who runs on the track, who is a part of the track team here at PV. She won second place at the SWAC championships. She does javelin, discus, and shot put. Now, help me in introducing our very own Michaela Booker.
Hi,
thank you for joining us. Yes. So I just want to say thank you for joining us again, and just one more time, introduce yourself for our people.
Hi, I'm Michaela Booker. I'm a part of the women's track and field team at PVMU. I throw shot, disc, and javelin.
Yes, she doing everything over here.
I do a lot.
Yes. So we're just gonna ask you a few quick questions. So first, what is your pregame hype song?
Go Get It by Mary Mary. Go get, go get, go get, go get, go get, go get your blessings.
You know, God gonna push you through every time. So you gotta start it off right with him.
I love that.
So if you could have dinner with an athlete, past or present, who would it be?
Serena Williams. She was just on, but I love her. She's always been a big role model my entire life, and I just love looking up to her.
Yes.
And I love tennis.
Yes, I love that. So even though you may not really see it a lot in track and field, what is your go-to celebration after you win a race?
Or win a throw?
Yeah.
I do I got it! I'd be so excited. I'd be happy.
I love that. Well, just thank you so much for coming on here again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we just wanted to ask you a few questions. We know you're doing so many big things out here, and we're going to continue rooting for you for your field events through all the throwing. Because I was there for PV Relays, and girl, you did amazing.
Thank you so much. I saw you.
Yes. So we're so very proud of you. And as a very long time friend, I'm so very proud of you, and I thank you again for joining us here.
Of course, thank you, Gabby. Thank you.
So, like Michaela, guys, these women prove that talent, power, and personality can't be denied.
That's a wrap for this week. I'm your host, Bria Berry.
And I'm Gabby, and this has been She's Got Game.
Thanks for watching this episode of Topicality.
Remember to follow KPVU-TV on all social media, and remember to vote. Good night.